Many common ad strategies that are being taught are actually damaging your ROAS instead of helping it. You might be pouring money into tactics that only drain your budget and lower your profits. So in this video, I'll expose 5 common ad strategies that are often mentioned but actually damage your ROAS. And I'll show you what to do instead for better performance. My name is William and I've generated over 10 million in sales for 7- and 8-figure e-commerce brands with performance ad creatives and meta ad systems. With that having said, let's get straight into the video. So the first strategy is especially very common among dropshippers, and they tell you, yeah, if something works, if something performs well, just double the budget. I'm telling you, never double the budget, because your ROAS will just fall off a cliff. You have to understand that if you're, for example, running ads on $300 per day, Facebook optimizes to reach those people that are most likely to convert for the reach that you get from those $300. Now, what happens if you just double the budget? Well, suddenly Facebook has to find the double amount of people that will just convert as profitably. And this will never be the case. For that, a lot of optimization is needed. So until this optimization is done, your ROAS will suffer a lot. And this is why instead you want to increase budgets by 10 to 20% every day or every couple days, because this gives the algorithm enough time to reach out to new people, to test different segments of your audience and see who's actually most ideal for the ad that you're scaling. Now, ROAS might still dip a bit until it's optimized, but just a bit. The second tactic you should never do, and I think that's also commonly taught amongst dropshippers, is duplicating campaigns. Some people are preaching that, yeah, if you have a campaign and just want to scale fast, then just duplicate it so you have twice as much spent in performance. Now, it sounds logical, but the big problem with that is that they are not considering audience overlap. The thing is that your ad account doesn't just compete against other ad accounts, but basically every single campaign that targets the same audience is competing against every other campaign, regardless of whether it's in your ad account or outside of your ad account. So essentially, when you're duplicating your campaigns, what you're doing is you're bidding on the screen real estate of your audience as 2 bidders if you have 2 campaigns, and they both raise your CPM against each other. You're making advertising for yourself more expensive, which then results, of course, in a performance drop. Now, the more you duplicate, the worse it gets. So never just duplicate campaigns. Instead, just run one campaign that targets your audience. Put there your cold ads, put there your retargeting ads, put there all the ads. If you launch another product that targets another audience, you can make another campaign. Or for example, if you expand to another country, the audience is different and then you can make another campaign. But stay away from testing, scaling campaign, retargeting campaign, because it all targets the same audience. Instead, do it all in one campaign. Now, talking of running ads in one campaign, it doesn't mean that you just want to toss your ads randomly into that campaign. Which brings me to point number 3, running random tests. You should never just launch one single ad and see how it performs. Why? Because you're essentially throwing away an opportunity to actually test a hypothesis. When I make ads, I make sure that we make at least 3 split testing variants, where only one variable is different. For example, if we run a video, we make 3 different visual hooks with the same body and the same CTA. Put that into one ad set. You can turn on flexible ads if you like them. And then Facebook will mainly just spend on one of those versions. So you spend the same budget, but for a few dollars testing budget, you actually also tested the other versions. And now you know what kind of visuals actually resonate the best with your audience. Now you can focus more on that. And if you do that with every single ad that you launch, that you don't launch one ad but actually a split testing batch, you will get our learnings and data much faster, so you don't have to guess anymore to get winners, but you can just iterate into the direction that works so well, and your hit rate, that is winning ads divided by the amount of ads tested, will be much higher. Now, strategy number 4 that you should avoid: being too specific with your targeting. People think that, well, if my ad gets shown to the ideal prospect, then of course they will convert, right? This logic is true. However, the problem is with specific audiences like lookalikes and interest targeting and so on, is that since the iOS 14.5 update, I know, long time ago, but still many people do it, so I'm telling you, since that update, Facebook's data is way more inaccurate. So instead of doing that, you will see much better performance if you just keep the targeting broad and are super specific in your ad creative. You can think of it like an organic post. You don't set any targeting settings, it finds its own audience. And the same thing is happening with machine learning if you keep it just broad. And now the 5th strategy is testing too much or not enough. Both can be detrimental. If you're not testing enough, it's self-explanatory. What will happen is that your ads burn out faster than you find new winners and you won't be able to scale. But testing too much can be also dangerous, because if you're making a lot of low effort ads to test just every possible thing, you will have a high testing budget. And what is being spent on the tests versus what is being spent on the winning ads will have an unhealthy ratio. And that will lead to lower ROAS for you. So instead, what I do is focusing on just 1, 2, maybe 3 very specific angles based on data every single week, and then investing all the time on making those 3 super strong data driven, where every single word is well thought through and every single clip, and that way you can save yourself testing budget. You have a higher hit rate and average ROAS will be much better. Take action on these, and if you want to make sure that you're running Facebook ads the right way and make as much profit as possible, click the first link in the description and book a free call with me. Also check out this video where I show how to find winning ads easily. Keep scaling, see you there.